Students, so in today's videos we will be learning about some part of ledgers as well as we will learn how to create trial balance as well. So let's start. So first of all, students, here what we are going to learn, we are going to learn about drawings. So what is drawings? So we follow a concept in accounting which is called separate entity concept, which means the business is treated separately from the owner, which means business has a separate legal identity apart from the owner. Being an accountant, I am making accounts for the business, not for the owner. So we have to treat owner and business both are separate entities. So if owner is taking something out of the business for his personal use, maybe for the tuition fee of his kids or maybe fuel for his personal car, so these type of things are recorded as drawings, because when the business is receiving money from the owner, this money is treated as capital and business is liable to give profit to the capital to the owner. Similarly, if the owner is taking something from the business, that is treated as drawing. So here I have two examples. The first example, you can see withdrew cash from the bank for business use. So in this transaction, we are taking out cash from the bank for business use. It's mean the cash is coming back into the bank. So in this case, cash account should be debited while the bank account should be credited, because money we took from the bank for our business use. So that money is coming back into the business. But look at this transaction. He says withdrew cash from the bank for personal use. So it means that money is not coming back into the business. That is going in the pocket of the owner. So that is called drawings. So remember that drawings are always debit, because drawings are reduction in the capital, which means capital decreases when he takes out money, of when the owner takes out money from the business for his personal use. So in this case, drawing account will be debited and bank account will be credited. So you can see there is a reduction in bank account in both cases, but in the case number one, the money is coming back into the business, so our cash account is going up. But here the drawing account is up, it's debit, which means the capital is reducing here. So that's why we record it on the debit side. So let's move to the trial balance. So before we do the trial balance, so I thought we can practice more about ledger. So I will create a trial balance today. So I will also do the ledgers, and we will also learn how to balance the ledgers again. So it will give us some practice. But today I will not record journal entries. Straight I will record these transactions into my ledger accounts, and then we will create the trial balance. So let's do the ledgers first. So Mr. A started business with cash 50,000. We know the two accounts are involved in this one. The first account is cash. So cash is coming in, which is 50,000, and the reason is capital. And another account I'll create here, which is capital, and the capital is credit by 50,000, and the reason is cash. The date I'm just ignoring here, but if in the question there is a date, you need to record it. Second transaction, he bought office furniture for 2,000. So two accounts involved, furniture and cash. So cash is going out, so I will record it on the credit side, and the reason is furniture. And I will create another account here, which is furniture account. So furniture account is debit by 2,000, and the reason is cash. You have to learn, you have to practice the same way so you can do the things with the same speed I am doing. He deposited 20,000 into business bank account. So in this case, the bank account is going up and the cash account is going down. So I'll write here 20,000 in the cash account. It is credit because cash is going out, and another account I will create here, and that is bank account. Sorry. bank account. So bank account is going up with 20,000, and the reason is cash account. Okay, then he bought goods from James and Co for 500. So in this transaction, two accounts are involved. One, he is buying goods, so which means buying goods goes to purchases account. So I'll create another account here, which is purchases, and purchases are always debit by 500. So I'll put 500 on the debit side, and I will write the reason here, James and Co. And another account, as we know, James and Co is our trade payable, so he will come here. So I will create James account, and our liability is increasing, so I will write here on the credit side, and the reason is purchases. And let's move further. He sold goods. So when we are selling goods, we know that it comes to sales, and we are selling goods to Ahmed Bros. So sales is our income, so I will create the sale account first here. So sales account, sale is income, and income is always credit. The amount is 2000. So I will put 2000 here. If I'm doing too fast, you can slow down the video speed on YouTube, and if you know I'm going doing the things you are already familiar with, you can make it fast. So Ahmed and Bros. So I'll put here, and another account I have to create here, which is for Ahmed. So which means they are debit because they are our trade receivable, and trade receivable is our asset. Okay, one more transaction. He paid rent by check. So yes, he is paying rent. So I'll create another account here, rent account. So rent is expense, which is 1000. On rent is expense is always debit, and we are paying by check. So money is going out from the bank. So I'll go to the bank account, and I'll make here 1000, and that is rent. So students, see, I actually wrote few transactions here. So I have created the ledger. Now I'll do the balance. To do the balance, I'll just show you how to do it again. So very simple. So we see the both sides of the ledger. So look at the debit side. So my debit side is 50,000, and my credit side is 22,000. Students, I had one question from someone. So it says how to do the if the balance is on credit side is bigger. It is the same. If the debit side balance is bigger, I will write it on both side. So if the credit side balance will be bigger, I will write it on the both side as well. So what I have done here, I have written the debit balance on both side. So I'll make it little bit more prominent, and I will subtract the smaller side. So smaller side is 22,000. So the balance is 28,000. So this is called balance CF. And then we will post down this balance on the opposite side, and this will become balance BF, and balance BF is 28,000 in the cash. Now capital account, look here, look at here, the credit side is 50,000, but debit side is 0, which means there is nothing on the debit side. I'll make it prominent here, and I will write the balance CF, which is again the 50,000, and the next term it will become the balance BF for 50,000. So always we shift the balance on the opposite side. So same for the furniture, nothing on the credit side. So 2000 will come on both sides. We'll just balance it. So balance CF will be 2000, and then it will become the balance BF. If you got any confusion that how I'm doing it, so I have video on ledgers, you can watch, and you will understand. Now here we have 20,000 on the debit side and 1,000 on the credit side. So our balance is 19,000, and that is called balance CF. That will become balance BF, 19,000. Now James and Co. Sorry, purchases account, nothing on the credit side. So 500, 500, and the balance CF is 500, which will become balance BF. BF mean brought forward. And then James and Co. Same, we have 500. I'll put 500, and this will become balance CF for 500 and I'll post it down balance BF 500. So we have three more accounts to balance. 2000 and this is 2000 and this will become balance CF 2000 and it will become balance BF 2000. And then we have Ahmed's account. So again, the total is 2000. So this 2000 should be on both sides. So it will become balance CF 2000 and it will become balance BF 2000. Now last account, and after that very interesting thing we are going to learn, that is our trial balance. So trial balance will actually tell us whether our question is right or wrong. So 1000 and finally balance BF is 1000. So students, this is I have done what I have recorded this transaction directly into the ledgers and I have balanced all the ledgers. So these two steps we have to do before we go to trial balance. So what is trial balance? Trial balance is an account which helps us to check the arithmetical accuracy of the ledger. The purpose of the trial balance is to see that whether we have recorded our transactions mathematically correct. And the format is very easy. There is no date column in the format because this trial balance is prepared at the last day of the year. So which means if we are preparing this in financial year, it is prepared on 31st December every year. So it has two columns, details debit and details credit. So two columns on the debit side and two columns on the credit side. Very simple. So we will prepare the trial balance will prepare for the question that we did. So I'll show you how to do it slowly and so you will be able to do as well. So first of all students, you see the account title first. So this first account is cash account. The second thing, you have to see its balance BF, which means the brought forwarded balance, not the CF, but the BF. So cash account has the balance of 28,000 on the debit side. So I'll go to my trial balance. I will write the cash account 28,000 on the debit side. One more time. Capital account. We see the title, the second account is capital account and the balance is 50,000 on the credit side. So I'll go into my trial balance and I write it on the credit side that capital has the balance of 50,000. Then my third account is furniture. Its balance is on the debit side for 2,000. So I will just write in my trial balance furniture 2,000. Then my third account, bank account. So bank account has the balance on the debit side, which is 19,000. So I will put bank 19,000. Then we have next account purchases. It has a balance on debit side. So I will just write it on the debit side. Purchases, debit side. And then we have James account. Its balance is on the credit side. You can see here it's on the credit side. So I'll put it here on the credit side of my trial balance. So James 500. And then we have three more account. The sale, it is also on the credit side. You can see here, which is 2,000. So I will write it on the credit side. So sale 2,000. And then we have Ahmad account. Its balance is on the debit side. So I'll put Ahmad on the debit side with 2,000. Then last account we have rent, and rent is also on the debit side. So we will record rent here on the debit side with 1,000. So students, this is something we have done here. Now, if you look at, we have to total the both columns. So this column I will make total and this column I will make total. So this is very easy. It is 52,500. But for this, I may need the calculator So I'll open the calculator here and let's do